Back in the house with a 9-4.
You did good, sir.
I feel like Princess Peach, rose gold on my Mercedes. Rose gold on my bitch, looking like her name Mercedes. I need a hoe who down, my little eyes, what up ladies? Switched out the friendly smile, but the face that reads, fuck you pay me. Ain't got rabies, I just overdose off coke, and if I knew, they hope I die.
What's up, guys, and welcome to this special edition Halloween episode for the XiX show. I'm dressed up. Apparently, Ethan's cooking it cool.
Yeah, I'm good.
I feel like I made that joke last year too, but I am, of course,
gag, bro.
Lightning McQueen this year. I wanted to be Michael Jackson, but I couldn't find it. I couldn't find anything Michael Jackson because I did procrastinate. But other than that, I hope you guys are enjoying your Halloween. This is knowing me, Inspire won't drop till like November 2nd, but it's all good. It's all good. Anyways, speaking of Halloween, something scary happened. We got our shit rocked against the Broncos. Oh, well, the Cowboys. Cowboys got the shit rocked. What the fuck do I have in my pocket?
What the fuck?
My chapstick. I put my chapstick, guys. Anyways, but yeah, we got our shit rocked against the Broncos.
We did.
Wasn't fun.
It was
But we're gonna go ahead. How did we usually start? Like, I have a fucking huge brain fart.
we gotta. I mean, we usually do recaps for our teams.
Okay. Yeah, I had a huge break for. My fault, guys. But yeah, since the Rams didn't play this weekend, this past weekend, might as well talk about this shit.
Yeah.
So all year I've been saying I'm scared of that game against the Broncos, and the reason why is because we haven't beaten them since the '90s. I don't know what it is, but the Broncos
Kind
just
of
seem,
crazy.
Broncos just seem like they always have our number. I always talk crap about my cousin who's a Broncos fan. I did take him off Facebook. Thank God, because
You took him off Facebook.
I did. I took him off Facebook because if not, I would have fucking one. He annoys the shit out of me already, and then on top of that, having to deal with this because he's a Broncos fan. I'm gonna start so much drama if they ever find this episode. but I mean, I don't know what to say honestly. I really don't. Offense didn't look great, which is usually like our positive that we look into these horrible games. But
Yeah.
offense didn't even look great at themselves. Defense looked horrible. Defense looked like what they've been playing, like how they were playing the first couple weeks. And it sucks because then again, it really goes to show that the reason why we did good against the Commanders was because Commanders receivers were injured. Excuse me. I don't know, man. Like at this point, I'm starting to believe that not even a trade could help us out. Like it feels like it's gonna take maybe like another year or two for us to develop this defense because.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Jesus Christ. Not even Deron Bland. Deron Bland's usually like our good corner, and he didn't even look good either. Yeah, honestly, yeah, we look like shit. Yeah,
it was
Dak looked like crap. Which I'm not going to give him too much slack. The offense wasn't really holding down a good defensive line for the Broncos, so I don't want to like give him credit because you never want to give credit for like, not credit, but like you never want to like defend them at the end of the day because you got to do what you got to do. But at the same time, it is fair that they did struggle against a team like this. But there's not really much else to say. After the game, I felt so like distraught. I felt so
destroyed.
I didn't even want to watch. I didn't even watch football for the rest of the day. I'm saying, like, don't ask me about no game because I didn't watch it. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
This was one of our. I mean, think about this. This was like our first of our gauntlet schedule. So
yeah, it's gonna be.
now we gotta. Yeah, but now we gotta think about the Lions, the Chiefs. Like I told Ethan before the episode started that we're probably gonna finish 8-1.
Yeah.
But
That was like 5 minutes ago, honestly.
That was like 5 minutes ago. But before we continue with our standings, the Rams actually made a trade.
Yeah, guys, the Rams made a trade, guys. So, guys, the Rams have. I mean, I'll talk more about the bye week. And, it was very chill when I do my Rams recap against the New Saints. But the Rams, they were cooking up a trade, I guess, this week, Sam. So I heard about this for a week. They were looking, shopping around for a cornerback, So I was very pleased to hear that. And it came into fruition yesterday around like 1 p.m., I believe. And it was Roger McCreary, guys. He is from the Tennessee Titans. He's a pretty solid quarterback. He was drafted in 2022. And yeah, I mean, look at his highlights, man. He's had some really solid games. Titans haven't really been that good of a team the past couple of years, so they're in like a little bit of fire sale. So I'm happy that we were able to get a very elite slot corner. And I always say, corners are our biggest weakness. You know what I mean? So we went ahead and addressed it there, and I'm really happy about that because we're getting our starting cornerback, Killer Witherspoon, in the end of November. So I mean, bringing this guy in, we got fucking Jacoby Durant and Emmanuel Forbes, and I mean and fucking Darius Williams too, even though he's short as hell, but he's a Super Bowl champion with us. So I'm very excited.
What's his height?
He's 5'8".
Damn,
I know, huh?
That's Thrash's height. Oh, okay.
So I'm very enthused, with what we're gonna do with this cornerback room. Yeah. So let's see how he fares in. I'm pretty sure he'll play this week. I mean, he was on Monday, so I'm pretty sure he'll get some time to learn the defensive plays and all that, playbook. So I'm really excited, Sam, about what Mr. Roger McCreary can bring to the Los Angeles Rams defense. It has already been very impressive this year under Mr. Chris Shula, our defensive coordinator. So welcome, Roger, to the Los Angeles Rams.
And with that, we're gonna go ahead and continue with our Week 8 standings. Nice! I got it. Not the standings, but the Week 8 misses. So as you can see, I have more missed games. So that means Ethan won the week. So we both missed 4 each, which was the Falcons, Dolphins, Jets, Bengals, Niners, and Texans, Cowboys, and Broncos. Yeah. Falcons and Dolphins. I don't even know what to say about that. Honestly, yeah. I have no clue what to say about that. Yeah. It's pretty funny. Can't lie. Sorry, Nate, but it is pretty funny. Falcons. Tua just looks like prime Tua. Yeah. And then Jets and Broncos. That does seem like a game that the Jets would win somehow, honestly.
I know. It was really crazy.
It was like, 31-33 or something like that?
38-39.
Damn. And then the Niners and Texans, you know what? I got to give credit to my stepdad. Yeah, my stepdad actually called it that the Texans were going to take down the Niners, and he got it. And last but not least, Cowboys and Broncos. I felt pretty confident that game. Not confident, like, we're going to do fucking, but I did feel like there's a chance. Yeah. And that chance didn't happen. And then, of course, for me, I missed the Ravens and Bears game. Was thinking about it when I was making these graphics for today. I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, I should have picked the right Ravens. Because there was that, instinct, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then Steelers and Packers, I just picked it because fuck the Packers. Yeah. Fuck both the teams. I hate both of these teams. But I just picked it just because I'm a Packers hater. I know it's not the greatest analysis you guys are probably expecting from us, but honestly, that's the reason why I picked them. Yeah. More of a little boost, I guess you could say, that I was actually rooting for the Steelers, but it didn't happen. Yeah. And now our actual Week 8 standings plus our overall standings. So as you can see, he won 9-4. I won 7-6. Not a bad record, but fuck, I fucked up. I was supposed to be in first place by one game. No.
It's correction or
I think you're 67 and 52. Yeah, you're 67, 52 and 1, and I'm 68, 51 and 1. My bad. Alright. But yeah, so I'm still technically in 68. Oh fuck, come on. Sorry. 68, 51 and 1, which is me, and then he's 67, 52 and 1. So we're still one game difference. I'm up by one game so far. Fuck the Broncos. Alright. Well, that was kind of quick, especially because you didn't
have nothing to talk about.
You didn't really have anything to talk about. So that being said, start with our first game pick. Fuck.
Alright.
I'll block that right now.
Let's do it then.
Up next, or beginning, we got Miami Dolphins taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
Alright, guys. So, the Baltimore Ravens, they had started very slow this year. We know, no secret, right? So they started 1-6. One of those losses thanks to my beloved Los Angeles Rams. But I guess something happened after the bye week, and now they've gotten their second win of the year, snapping the Bears' 4-game win streak. So I mean, not really impressive because the Bears suck. But I think the Ravens are still a good team, Sam. Obviously, right? They were fucking in the conference championship a year and a half ago, and last year we're in the divisional round. So they still have a good team. Maybe a little bit of a porous defense, but they were able to get that win against the Bears. And I mean, they're playing, in my opinion, I feel like a game they should win. But the Dolphins surprised everybody, and my fucking lock of the week is ruined, guys. It's no longer undefeated. I'm sorry. Everybody fucking got evicted after me. Sorry, buddy. I'll give you guys another lock of the week later. Maybe we can, make ends meet there. But gotta give credit to the Dolphins. You know what I mean? They had all this drama and all the noise about, Mike McDaniel's gonna get fired and everybody's gonna get traded. You know what I mean? And I mean, it probably should still happen, right? But but they came out and they responded, Sam, and they fucking buried the Atlanta Falcons in the ground. Something I didn't really see happening. So I do have to give credit there. But I do think the Ravens got this game, Sam. It's Thursday Night Football. It's a short week. The Ravens got Lamar Jackson back. I forgot to even mention that. Lamar Jackson, Samuel L. Jackson's son, from Pulp Fiction, guys. You remember Jules Winfield? I love that movie. He's back, guys. And, you know, this guy's a bad man. 2-time MVP. I honestly should have been 3-time last year. They're going to be 3-5, 3-6, whatever the record is. We're 3-6, right? Yeah, something like that. And they're going to be on the playoff hunt. They're actually, I was telling Sam, they're actually the AFC North favorite now after the Steelers lost last night, which is actually very crazy. And, like, I feel like we're disrespectful to the Steelers. But, yeah, I got the Ravens winning this game on Thursday Night Football.
And, of course, I have to agree with Ethan here. This is a game that the Ravens definitely should win. If they beat the Bears and Tyler Huntley, they should be able to beat the Dolphins or broken down Dolphins. Like I always say, any given Sunday. I guess it was this Dolphins Sunday, I guess I did. Mm-hmm. So for sure, I'm going to go with the Ravens as well.
Yeah, Baltimore.
I don't know how the hell you guys could possibly lose this. Please don't mess up with this.
Baltimore Crabs. You ever had the Crabs from Baltimore, Sam?
You've been to Baltimore?
Yeah.
I've never even been anything like around that area of the country.
They're pretty good. Gotta try them someday.
Up next, we got the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants.
Oh man, guys. So, guys, I gotta give, my prayers and my thoughts to Cam Scatterbo, guys, because I love Cam Scatterbo, and unfortunately, we all saw what happened in the Philadelphia Eagles game, the New York Giants. So I just had to get that out of the way, first, Sam. Cam Scatterbo was lighting up the league. I feel like, him and Jackson Dart are really doing a lot of great things. So I'm excited for next year, see what happens, because I don't know, I think he's having a good career, honestly, Sam, even with the setback. So I just want to get that out of the way first, because he's one of my favorite players in the league and one of my favorite rookies. And but it was honestly just a bad loss even before he got injured against the Philadelphia Eagles. It's like I told you last week, Philadelphia and that loss against the New York Giants 2 weeks ago on Thursday Night Football. I just felt like it was a short week and they were a little bit, a little sluggish and tripped out, because they had just lost to the Denver Broncos. So I feel like this game they had way longer time to assess things. And, we saw the result. I believe it was like 38-13, 38-20. That was the final score. So, Giants, it's obviously what I told you it was never going to be, a playoff year, but that did give them some hope, I will say.
Give them something at least excited to watch about it.
But I do think that there's still good things to look at because they're going to be building their young quarterback, Jackson Dart. And, they still got Tyrone Tracy, who is an excellent running back still. So
I tried picking up fantasy and somebody fucking caught me.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah. But, yeah. And their opponents is my best friends, the San Francisco 49ers, guys. Coming off a very disappointing loss against the Houston Texans. Something I didn't see happening either, honestly. I feel that, I don't know, I just didn't really see that happening. Houston really, dominated the time of possession in that game and, ran the ball down the Niners' throats and, just controlled the game, really. And I hope that's something we can pick up in a week, take down the Niners. Yeah. But, it was real impressive what the Texans did against the Niners. So it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back. And for that reason, I think that the Niners are a good team this year, and good teams don't lose twice, Sam? Yeah. So I do think that the Niners will be bouncing back with this game, unfortunately. I do hope the Giants win, because 5-4 Niners sounds pretty good to me, after their 5-1 start or whatever the fuck it was. But I don't really see it happening. I got the Niners winning this game, Samuel.
Yeah, I think for sure I gotta ask my stepdad his picks for the week, so that way
what the fuck? I don't know how you picked the Texans.
So I can be able to win these weeks. But yeah, somehow he picked the Texans, and honestly, I have a coworker. He actually trained me at my job. He's a Niners fan, unfortunately, but he did tell me, he was like, "Nah, man, I had a bad feeling going into that game." And when you're a fan of your football team, you're been invested for however long years. You do have those instincts where you don't think this is going to be your game. Yeah. And obviously it was not the Niners game. But the one thing, like we said, good teams don't lose twice. Shout out to Blue. But even on that, this is a hurt Giants team without Cam Scatterbo, who maybe like he's not gonna be a Jonathan Taylor. He's not gonna be a Javonte Williams. But he's not gonna be any of those running backs. But he's still somebody that hypes up your team, and that's still 1,000 times as much as being able to motivate your team for that win. So without Jackson Dart with his best friend, I like to see him as Dak and Zeke a lot. It does kind of make me feel reminiscent because that's when I was like, I was already invested in football, but that was like when Dak and Zeke got drafted. That was like when I was like super invested in football, and that's when I was like, all right, Cowboys. There's all these other teams that I gotta get invested to, and like, oh, this team's leading the number 1 seed in the AFC. This one's leading the AFC East, whatever. That's when Dak and Zeke got drafted and somehow turned that Cowboys season on a dime. I love that season. But I see the Giants with Jackson Dart and Cap Scatterbolt like that. It does suck because they're in my division. But unfortunately, again, good teams don't lose twice. Niners are going to be pissed off after losing to the Texans. Yeah. So I got the San Francisco 49ers as well. Then up next, we got Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Tennessee Titans.
All right, guys. So, the Chargers, they're coming off their bye week, guys. Justin Herbert, he was at a Halloween party with Madison Beer.
He was at Game 3 yesterday, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they were?
I think it might. Yeah, because it looked like Dodger Stadium. So he might have been at Game 3 yesterday as of this recording.
And you guys are hanging out, So, good for them. And, Chargers are 5-3. So, I feel like it's going to be a very interesting game because, okay, maybe not interesting, but I never like to be, very disrespectful. The Titans are on a fire sale, as I quoted in the beginning of the episode. And, I like to say that they're a very tough team because I like how they played us in week 2. They played us very tough, and they are very young. So I do like how they have played. But I do think it's gonna be like a 3-4 year process, Sam. Until they're truly what they are. Obviously, Brian Callahan is no longer there, the head coach, so they're gonna have to get a new head coach. Current interim head coach is Michael Coy, former Chargers head coach. So, I don't know. I don't really know too much to say. You know what I mean? But I do want to I think it's gonna be. It kind of is a tank year. I do think they will still rattle off some wins. Because tank teams always rattle off some upset wins, but I think this is just growth and development and seeing who they can trade off before the deadline. Is there any Titans players you'd be interested in?
Like as a trade?
Yeah.
That could help us?
Yeah.
I don't know a single defensive player from there because that's what we need the most. How does he not?
They have Jeffrey Simmons.
Oh, that's true. The best tackle.
Yeah. They say he's
well, it's because honestly our interior D line is actually not bad. We have Kenny Clark, Osa. Again, they look bad against the Broncos, but shit happens. But I think if anything, we'd have to look for defensive backs for sure. Defensive backs for sure, bro.
Same. But yeah, again, the Chargers, this should be a very a good win for them. They are coming with a bye, so we'll see. It could be a little shaky, but I don't know, Sam. I got the Chargers going to 6-3 here. I think it should be a good game for Justin Herbert. So.
Yeah, this one, just like how we said with the Ravens and Dolphins, it should be another game that the Chargers win. There's not much to say about the Titans. Titans are the worst team in the league, so not really much to say. This should be a easy game for the Chargers. Shouldn't be a game that they should struggle with. So of course, I picked the Chargers as well.
Yeah.
And up next, we got.
Oh shit!
This was gonna be. It should be a good one.
It should be.
The Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
And JJ McCarthy's back, Sam.
Yes, sir.
My Michigan man. It's been a little bit of some hard times. Because he had that very good win week 1, but then he got hurt in week 2. We haven't seen him since. And now it's week 9, guys. The mid-season. I forgot to really talk about that. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's already week 9.
It's mid-season already. We're I think there's less weeks than there was. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say, right? There's less weeks left than there are before.
Yeah, I get you.
So they already have been. So that's pretty cool. So we're gonna see what happens here with the Minnesota Vikings because their season, I feel like, is on life support just a little bit. They've had some rough losses ever since. Carson Wentz did come in and play good in his first game, but I think they've struggled a lot since then. I think they're 3-4 now. So they're even worse than the Bears. Sam, how are you worse than the Bears, guys? But it is true because the Bears, they're the Bears. But I mean, it gets no easier, guys, because they're playing. Holy shit, the Lions! They're scary, you know. Like, remember 10 years ago when these were the cowardly Lions? And you look at them and you're like, oh shit. Now it's like you're looking at an actual lion, Sam, when you're playing the Lions. I mean, these guys are scary. And they're also coming off a bye week, so they got time to rest. And it's going to be good, I think, just because, you know, I feel like they play real good each time they play, even if their one is way better than the other, which I do feel like the Lions are. I'm always very high on the Lions, honestly. I mean, there's my ex right there, you know, so, you know. I'm always very high on them. Dan Campbell has them, you know, in very good shape this year. And they were my preseason prediction to be the #1 seed. So I do think that they'll keep the train rolling. And the Lions are going to smash the Vikings.
Yeah. The reason why I say it should be an interesting game is because I always love to say that divisional games are always they bring a little bit fire to the more, or to the less successful team, I guess you could say. Divisional games are fun. This one, I still say it should be fun, but I am going to backpack with Ethan and say that the Lions are going to take it as well. Okay, so far we're good on the graphics. They are in the correct place. But the Lions are solid, man. Yeah, like you said, like you just call them cowardly Lions. Family Guy made fun of them saying, shouldn't you guys be losing in Thanksgiving or some shit? I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember.
But for JJ McCarthy, it does suck because this was supposed to be his year that he returns after tearing his ACL last year and all this stuff, and he went down again. Then Carson Wentz got hurt apparently. Fucking played scared against his former team.
I got the butt person. We're my pick that week.
But he was your pick. Maybe with JJ McCarthy, I'm not gonna say they're gonna win, obviously not, but it will probably bring a little bit fire under them.
Yeah.
They have their quarterback guy. Yeah. But the Lions are still gonna take this one.
Yeah.
Up next, we got the New England Patriots taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
Hey. Guys, do you remember that one game that happened? That, you know, something happened? But the 28-3, guys, obviously.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, what are you talking about?
I was trying to make a joke, but I couldn't think of it. But I don't know. The Falcons. So I mean, they deserve that joke, guys. The Falcons got smashed by, you know, fucking Miami.
I spelled the Patriots as Pat Wrights.
Pat Wrights. You know, Falcons got absolutely smashed by Miami, and I mean, like, what the hell is this team? They're very weird, you know. They beat the fucking Commanders and the Bills and I forgot what other teams, but then they lose to fucking Miami and the Panthers. They got blown out by the Panthers, shut out by the Panthers. So I really don't know what to say with this team. And I do think, honestly, that they were able to, like, they did have the potential to be a playoff team. But, you know, I mean, if they want to tank, that's fine with me because we have the first round pick. So, you know. But I think it'll be maybe a 7-10 kind of team, I would say, at this point. But I do think this game is honestly a game they could win. But Bijan needs to wake up, Sam. He's had some really bad performances, you know, the past 3 weeks. So, you know, we're really gonna have to see what happens with this game. As on the Patriots side, you know, they've been very, very impressive, obviously, with Mike Vrabel coming in and, you know, just changing the course of, you know, what they had. And they're 6-2 now. So that's very impressive, you know, compared to what they were the last couple of years. And, you know, I always kind of had that prediction, right, that they were going to come in and do that. So I am pretty, you know, pleased with how they've been. You know, they're back, honestly. The Patriots are back. They're maybe 3-4 wins away from clinching a spot in the playoffs. So
yeah, we're talking about clinching playoff spots.
I know, yeah. But so for that matter, Sam, I got the Patriots getting 1 win closer to that mark. So they will be 7-2 this week. The Patriots defeat the Falcons yet again, Sam.
Yeah, this one, I feel like this one, well, maybe not a toss-up, but more that I wouldn't be shocked if the Falcons somehow pull this out of their ass. Because the Falcons have had their good wins, the Bills, Monday Night Football, but then they've also lost 30-0 against the Panthers.
Yeah.
And lost against the Dolphins. So, hey man, it's time to shower.
I know. Let me go. So what are your thoughts on the Patriots, Sam? Let's hear it.
My thoughts on the Patriots? Did you already pick?
Yeah,
I did. No shit. So the Patriots, like I was saying, the Falcons, I feel like this could be a game that somehow they ended up pulling up out of their ass. But the Patriots, man, it does look kind of make me mad. They just had a dynasty. The Patriots fans were like, damn, now we got to suck a couple of years. Now they know how it feels to be like us, the bottom. I mean, not you, but us like the bottom of the barrel. I'm not even the bottom of the barrel either. I'm like in the middle. But now they got Drake May. Seems like they got something that's something to get excited about. Sunday
He's
morning,
doing real
each
good,
time.
honestly.
Yeah, Sunday morning every time they wake up, they got something to look forward to. This one could low-key be a sneakily probably one of the best games of the week.
Yeah, look, yeah.
But with that being said, though, I still, to be on the safe side, I got the pick.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the Falcons.
Oh,
My
you
bad.
got the
I got the Falcons. I almost said the
Falcons.
Patriots.
Yeah.
I do got the Falcons. I'm sorry. I totally did mean to pick the Falcons. Like I always say, I like to throw out these picks randomly because we're competing against each other. And realistically, there's been times where we do pick like I find out his picks first because of the graphics, and then on some of the games where I feel like okay, it could be maybe not a toss up, but something could happen. Like I was just saying with the Falcons, I would do like a big difference. I can get that point. It didn't work with the Steelers and Packers though, but and the Ravens just chipping with them, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
But I do got the Falcons.
Nice.
Up next, we got the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh
Shit.
Steelers.
And on that note, Sam, I feel like you you parlayed me nicely into, my pick for this week on this game. So guys, let's talk about it first. The Pittsburgh Steelers, it unfortunately, was a bad loss. It was a bad loss, for what happened against, Green Bay, and at home too, honestly, in Pittsburgh. And they were leading at halftime too. That's what I was telling you. Like, that's actually very, surprising that they kind of just got completely shut down. I feel in the second half, in the third quarter, and they kind of tried to come back a little too late. Aaron Rodgers tried to pull off his magic, but Jordan Love looked real good, Sam. I can't lie to you. I have said through the season that Green Bay hasn't looked as impressive as I felt that they should be, but I feel like that win kind of stamped a little bit maybe towards what I feel like they should be on. So it's very bad. I'm not very bad, but Pittsburgh's 4-3, but that was a very concerning loss. I feel like because they've had this stigma the past 3 years that they can't compete with when it's the bright lights, and I feel like that kind of fed into it. Even with Rodgers, generational quarterback. So it's gonna be interesting to see this game because the Colts, Sam, they're 7-1. Who would have said that sentence before the year?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They would have fucking looked at you. They would have thrown you in the fucking loony bin, Sam. No cap. I'm here for it though. I felt like the Colts are another team that they just always had pretty good coaching and a pretty solid team around them. But they were just always looking for the right guy at the quarterback position. And, apparently he was a guy in New York that, I slandered for the past 5 years, just because I felt like, why the fuck did they draft this guy in the first round and run Eli out of there, But maybe this is why. Because he's found his calling and we're fucking 9 weeks into the year and he still hasn't fizzled out. And they still haven't fizzled out. And this fucking guy might win the MVP, Jonathan Taylor. He's probably really the biggest tribute to the success of the Indianapolis Colts. He's the best running back in the league right now, unarguably, because, he's really just putting the team on his back. But not even, because they have a really impressive offensive line. They have the best offensive line in the league. They have the best everything right now, honestly. So they are doing very well. But Sam, teams, Sam, they do very well sometimes like this, and they're 7-1. So, and I just feel it. I'm telling you, Sam, even the great teams, they take a loss, here and there, and that's why I just think that the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers, Sam, the Yinzers, they're gonna get my upset of the fucking week, Sam. I just feel like they're gonna be hearing all the noise, and my boy Aaron Rodgers, he's gonna be tripping out, and I do think that I'm telling you, Sam, I do think that even though I did kind of have not the greatest things to say about them in my analysis, I just feel like they do have a bit of resiliency, Sam. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers, they gotta have something, and I feel like they have a new group, with Metcalf and with Rodgers, I mean, this is like some veterans. This is not no little kids they've had the past couple years, honestly, right? So I just think that they gotta have some grit, and 4-4 would be kind of tough. So I think that the Steelers they're gonna go to 5-3, Sam, with the upset of the week.
And you know what? Honestly, I don't blame you for picking that. But like I said earlier, I like to pick against Ethan sometimes. I like that you mentioned the whole that sometimes great teams will end up taking some losses here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually gonna say that too. Like on my mom's, I was actually gonna say that too. But this is a 7-1 Colts team. Again, who would have thought? Who would have thought? I blame the white guy that sings those songs each time. But so wholesome. But who would have thought? Honestly, who would have thought? Daniel Jones, who struggled with the Giants, that goes to show that maybe it was just the Giants that he needed to get away from more than the Giants needed to get away from Daniel Jones. But it's insane to see. It's surreal to see. And I know I'm kind of like contradicting myself earlier when I said that good teams don't lose twice. But with that being said, I do have. Damn it! I hate when I do that.
Editing that shit.
I do have the Colts winning this one.
Very nice.
This one I feel like could be a safe pick. I do kind of believe that the Colts will win. This one should be a good game as well.
Yeah.
Definitely a game you guys should look out for. But I got the Colts winning this one. Up next, we got the Houston Texans taking on the Denver Broncos.
Guys. The Denver Broncos, guys. Sam, I mean, I think this team looks insanely impressive. The double I, Sam, insanely impressive. That's genuinely how I feel about this team. That's gonna be like my new term when I put teams in like the top tier.
Insanely impressive.
Yeah, but
you do say that a lot.
But no, I do think that honestly, like they have impressed me just because I didn't feel like coming into the year that they were really as hyped up. A lot of people were hyping them up, like they were like, oh, this team's gonna win the fucking West and they're gonna do this and that, but I just didn't really believe it. And a couple games into the year, they did kind of like take some time to find their offense, but they knocked off the Eagles. And I feel like fucking their offense exploded against the Cowboys. This guy Bo Nix, that's not Bo Nix, that's Cortland Sutton.
Yeah.
But Bo Nix is fucking balling, Sam. This guy, I didn't think he was gonna really be a good quarterback either, too. But
Isn't he a Michigan guy?
He was not. He went to Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah, Auburn. He went to Auburn and then Oregon. But impressive quarterback. So. Their defense has always been impressive, and they're gonna have Pat Surtain actually out for probably maybe a couple games. So we'll see what happens there. But this team is really impressive, Sam. And I was watching like Colin Cowherd talk about them, and it's very impressive how they came from that loss to the Dolphins, 70-20. To this point, they're leading the AFC West. I feel like pretty comfortably. And Sean Payton's just he's I didn't think he had it figured out. I felt like dude should probably have stayed on the couch eating Cheetos, but I think he made the right move coming to Denver. Even with all the backlash he received for the Saints, because they're really impressive. They're really impressive. I didn't think they were going to be as impressive as they have been, but I do think this is a team that perhaps should be put in the AFC Championship contender conversation. I don't know, guys. I don't want to say too much. All right, I'm done glazing the fucking Broncos. But Texans also impressed me against the Niners. I talked about it earlier. They were a very impressive team. I do think that I don't know. It's gonna be hard to bounce back because now the Colts are a good team, so they don't have the leisure of winning their division very easily anymore. But I do think this is a game that will be close, and it's going to be a defensive battle, I feel. But I think the Broncos are going to win the fucking game, Sam. I just said that they're, double I. And I think there's going to be nothing about the Texans that can really stop them. I feel like the fucking Broncos are they're like a version of the Texans on steroids, Sam. That's right? That's a fair analysis. So I got the Broncos going 6 wins and 6-2, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, Broncos, I guess, they beat the shit out of us. But in an analysis way, they did look good against us. They were able to shut down our offense.
Yeah.
Our defense is pretty shit. The Panthers put up 30 on us, so that should go to say a lot. But they did stop our offense. So I did, and now I'm not glazing my own team. Like I'm very realist to what I have as a team, but our offense is pretty solid. You know, been leading. We're like number one in offense, and then freaking last in defense. And the Broncos were able to shut us down quick. They shut down Javante. They made Dak throw 2 interceptions. He had thrown interceptions in like 4 straight games, something like that.
Yeah.
They shut down Jake Ferguson.
Yeah,
I didn't even
they
know about that until I checked my fantasy because I have Jake Ferguson, and I saw he had 0 points. And that's when I was like, damn, bro, like they even stopped Jake Ferguson
They
too.
neutralized him.
They neutralized him, exactly. But with the Texans, they did beat the Niners, and I feel like that gives them a little bit of motivation underneath them as well. But the Broncos are just a tough team. I've been saying it all year. I hate to say it, but they've been a tough team. So with that being said, I do got the Broncos as well.
And Denver Broncos.
I don't want to pick them, but sometimes you can't make the risky picks when it's blatantly obvious in your face.
Yeah.
Up next, we got the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Chicago Bears. Who gives a shit about this game?
Honestly. So it's Houday versus the Bears. Guys, the Bears suck. You know, I put some money on the Bears, guys. I was like, fuck, the Bears, you know, they might win that game. Even though I picked them on my picks, I just felt like the Bears, maybe they could win the game. So I put some money on the Bears. And they didn't do shit, guys. What the fuck? Like, I don't know, you know, like, really? Like, this 4-game win streak, and then I put money on them, and then, oh, shit. They just disappeared, of course. And I think they're gonna, I don't know. I do feel that this game was a very good chance for them to bounce back. Very good. You know, because the Bengals lost to the Jets. How the fuck did that happen? How the fuck do you give the Jets their first win of the year after you were leading? I'm just appalled, you know, by that game. Just because, you know, Joe Flacco was honestly playing really well. And, you know, I do feel that it's, I don't know, I feel like it's going to be hard for them to get back to the playoffs even after that. Like, they're 3-5 now, and the AFC is kind of tough, so... Like, it's just like I feel like that's a very like demeaning loss, you know, for a team. I feel like that's a very morale demeaning loss. But they're still a very good team. They have a very good offense. And you know, I kinda regret my pick now, but I feel like the Bears, Sam, are gonna come up big in this game. Just because I feel like the Bears are just, I don't know, honestly. I'm kinda regretting my pick. I can't lie. It's like the first time it's ever happening, but I'm gonna stick with it. Sam, the Bears, they're gonna win, Sam. Why? Because the fucking hot dogs in Chicago are pretty good. But no, I mean, yeah, exactly. I do think that they have good things, but like it's just like in the biggest moments they just shut down. And I do think that the defense of the Bengals is gonna be like porous enough that Caleb Williams is gonna be able to exploit that, because he is a pretty good quarterback. Honestly, I've seen him make some pretty good plays, but it's just going to be on the defense. Maybe it'll be a shootout. Maybe. We'll see. Because, you know, Jamar chasing them, you know, they're very accustomed to that. Especially with their defense. You know how it is. So, it's going to be a shootout, guys. Bet the over on this game. Put 100 on that. But, yeah. I got the Bears getting maybe a little bit of a surprise victory on this one. Actually, Bengals are actually the underdogs. So, yeah. But I got the Bears.
And of course, yeah, the Bears, they had a nice little 4-game win streak. It seemed pretty good. But then it turns out that they go against the Ravens, who wasn't a bad team for themselves. They just kind of had a little injury bug. The defense is not that great. They ended up getting shut down. The Bengals, we saw them beat the Steelers. Then we saw them lose against the Jets, which is the winless Jets.
Yeah.
Who's to say that really shows a lot? Maybe, again, any given Sunday, it was just the Jets' day that day. But this one is kind of tough, but I'm going to have to go with the safe pick, too. I'm also going to pick the Chicago Bears.
The Bears!
And let's hope that they don't make it, they don't throw it in our face.
Oh, God, guys, I always pick these, whenever I pick these fuckers, they have, like, the most embarrassing game ever. I swear. I like the Bears, you know, they have just fuck them. Just fuck them for losing me that money. That's all I got to say. Sorry, Bears.
Up next. Damn it, I did it again. I did the editing thing again. We got the Green Bay Packers taking on the Carolina Panthers.
Alright, guys. So, fucking, who did the Panthers play? Refresh my memory.
Last week?
Yeah.
Who did the Panthers play?
Did they play at all?
I don't think they played. I don't remember them saying it.
Alright, guys, hold on. Pause. Alright, guys. So,
our apology.
The Panthers got beat the fuck up by the Bills. I mean, 40-3. I mean, that was karma, you know, for the fucking Panthers beating up on the Falcons, I guess. But, you know, I low-key thought the Panthers were kind of good, honestly. When they beat when they beat the Falcons and when they beat the Cowboys. But I don't know. I feel like we gotta have a better performance than that, like against a contender. So I mean, we'll see. They get to make a playoff spot. I feel like, but that was very embarrassing for them. So I mean, they're still 4-3, so they are in a good spot. I mean, that's way better than they've been in the past couple years. So I think they'll take that. I think I saw somebody in like an Instagram comment say that was a Panthers fan. So let's see. But it doesn't get any fucking easier if you're a Panthers fan. I feel like that would be the sentiment. Pretty angry because you play the fucking Packers, who got a very, very impressive win against the Pittsburgh Steelers, as I mentioned earlier. I do feel that it's going to be another just highlight show, I feel like, for the Green Bay Packers, Sam. So like I'm telling you, I think they're finally figuring out some things there. So, we'll see what happens. It's going to be, like a 27-17 type of game, type of win, for the Green Bay Packers. I mean, we don't do shootouts no more, but that would be my sentiment there.
It kind of makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, it does. It does do a lot easier. Yeah. But I just feel like the Green Bay Packers are coming off a very impressive win. The Panthers, it's gonna be really hard to beat a team as on the echelon. I feel like the Packers are on. So we'll see what happens. But I got the Packers winning in that kind of game.
Yeah. This one, the Panthers are just another one of those. A lot of teams are iffy this year. Starting with my Cowboys, but a lot of teams are iffy this year. Just seems like you can't really make a solid prediction on who's going to take it all.
Yeah.
Because one game, this team who looks dominant all year loses against a team that's winless, but then the next week end up beating the shit out of the team that's like the best team in the other opposite conference.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But with the Panthers, I honestly feel like they're gonna miss it. Probably like a 7-win team, whatever.
I think like 8, 9. Sure.
Yeah. All right, but for this one, I got my lock of the week.
Oh shit, the lock of the week,
which is the Packers taking on the Panthers. Put your house on it. Hopefully you don't end up evicted or homeless. But I do got the Packers taking this one. It shouldn't be another game that shouldn't be a loss. If it is, that's kind of embarrassing. Packers are talented. They look great on Sunday Night Football. Not really much else to say.
Yeah, I guess.
Next we got the New Orleans Saints taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
Hello, Tay. Guys, it's gonna be a really good game. I feel like because we're coming off our bye week and we always play down our competition. So, but I will say that fucking Jaguars game really impressed me. I didn't talk about it, right? We didn't get the upload, but I feel like that was what I really wanted. That's what I wanted the Rams to be every week when I want to watch. When I was looking into the year and I was like, holy shit, we got this fucking duo and shit, and we have a pretty stellar defense. I was like, this is the kind of team I wanted to see them play, like that in London, how they did. So we're coming off our bye week. Puka's had some time to rest his knee injury, and like I said earlier, we got Roger McCreary coming in at cornerback. So it's good vibes. I will say though, Tutu Atwell has been put on the IR, Sam. Unfortunately, he will be missing at least 4 games. But guess what that means, Sam? Jay Witt is stepping up at the wide receiver 3 role, and I mean I see him make so many plays, so I'm very confident in him and everybody behind him as well. From Adam Monfield, Xavier Smith, and everybody on the practice squad. I feel like wide receivers is something we always have, are able to develop really well. So I'm excited to see Jordan Whittington get more time, and of course we have arguably the best duo in football, but definitely one of the best duos in football with Nakua and Adams.
The best duo in football.
I mean, maybe Pickens and Lamb, but yeah, obviously you got Jamar and Higgins as well. Yeah, a lot of them, but very good, very good. For the Rams, I feel we're at 5-2 coming off the bye week, like I've said before. And the past couple years, we've had like a fucking treacherous ass like 3-4, 1-4 fucking start. So I'm actually really happy to be 5-2 going to the bye week, Sam. I I feel like people are overlooking that, because people are really overlooking us all the time. But we were literally like 1-4 at the bye last year, like 3-3 or something like that in 2023. In 2022, I don't even know what it was. It was probably like fucking 2-5 or something. But I mean, it's that. Like, we were able to make the playoffs the last 2 years after that horrible start. So now we're 5-2. So I'm really excited. For the Saints, they had a very bad loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, did you see the guy make the pick six? I mean, that was the fucking defensive lineman. That was actually kind of crazy.
Drew Spencer Bradley.
I know.
Fucking around, bro.
That was actually pretty funny. But I saw that shit live, bro. I saw that shit live. I was like, what the fuck? But I mean,
props on him for trying to get the tackle.
Yeah.
You saw the height difference.
Yeah.
That was not gonna happen.
So it obviously is probably a tank year for the New Orleans Saints. They currently possess the first overall pick, and I think I'd see it on Sleeper. I mean, if Sleeper's, I don't know how accurate Sleeper is for the news, but that Tyler Show, the rookie, is getting the start.
I saw that.
The Big Show. Well, it's the Big Show, guys. That's the nickname if you ever does good. All right, you heard it here first. If they try to fucking make shirts and shit, I'm gonna sue their ass. All right, you all right, Sam?
Yeah.
All right. So they better not do that, bro. ESPN, fucking, they better come pay me money. But honestly, I feel like he's not gonna be that good. So we'll see what happens. I feel like Spencer Rattler is gonna be. I don't know whether I like Spencer Rattler. I feel like he's made really good plays for them. So I mean, it's a very shaky year for New Orleans. But like I said, I feel like we always fucking want to play out in our competition. So I feel like this might be a game like that, especially with the big game like the Niners again coming up next week. So we'll see what happens, but I'm not gonna pick them against them at all this year, Sam. Just like you don't. My Los Angeles Rams will be winning this game, and they will be 6-2, Sam. And we're gonna go get some wins after that.
Some wings.
Yeah.
No, you never go wrong with some wings.
Exactly.
It's your favorite wing spot.
Buffalo Wild Wings,
Okay.
B-Dubs.
That's
You know
fair.
this, yeah.
Mine's Wing Shack.
Wing Shack's good.
I love Wing Shack. But I'm gonna say it again. I've been saying it a couple times this episode. This is a game that the Rams should not lose.
Yeah.
Yes, they're off the bye week. It does kind of happen that a team kind of slows down a little bit. They had that little extra week of rest, which is obviously well deserved. Football's a rest sport.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but this one should be another game that the Rams should not win. Obviously that means I got the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams are a good team, and I'm not saying because obviously I love LA because I think my Dodgers rings down.
Yeah.
But
true.
obviously I'm not saying it because my best friend's favorite team, but I mean I am a realist, so of course the Rams have been pretty good for the past couple of years. It is cool to see their front office, man. I'm so jealous of your guys' front office, bro. Our defense is the worst in the year, but yet no trades, nothing, not even Stephon Gilmore is without a job, Yeah,
I want to sign that guy too. Yeah.
I don't know if people forgot that, but whatever. But yeah, this one should be another game that the Rams should not lose. What's the guys' record?
It's 5-2.
You guys will end up going 6-2.
Yeah.
Up next, we got the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. They got hot, so I took on my jacket.
All right,
Still
guys. So we got the motherfuckers without a home. The Oakland Raiders, Los Angeles Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, the San Antonio Raiders. Remember they were almost gonna move to San Antonio that one year.
I actually never knew that.
Yeah.
That would have been horrible.
I know.
For me, that my brother's a diehard Raiders fan.
Imagine that would have been awesome for him.
Yeah.
But what the fuck even is it right here? I forget. But the Raiders suck. this
Losing
year.
record for sure.
I hate to be derogatory, but I mean Raiders like maybe it'll be like kind of like how what happened with Sean Payton and Russell Wilson, right? They had those two in the Broncos in the first year, and then obviously Sean Payton decided to move on, like with let's say Geno Smith and Pete Carroll, and then now they have Knicks, and now they're doing really good. So maybe it's that kind of situation for the Raiders. Maybe they try to have some time to marinate with Pete Carroll's offense and what Pete Carroll's vision for them is, even though he's like 70. So I mean, but it's not gonna be this year, Sam. No. Everybody was calling around for Max Crosby. They don't want to deal him apparently. That's fine. But y'all ain't gonna do anything this year. I know. But y'all ain't gonna do anything this year. I'm sorry. It's just like they could win this game though. I feel like. Sorry, Jacksonville, but they have had that loss was bad against the Rams. You know what I mean? Even me as a Rams fan, I expected that game to be close. I told you, like, I expected the game to be actually close just because of how Jacksonville has been playing. But that was really bad, and you know, I don't know. But I got the Jaguars winning. How could I pick the Raiders? I'm never gonna pick the Raiders in my life unless they're playing like the Browns or some shit. But even then, you know, the Browns have been playing pretty good actually recently. So. But I got the Jaguars. Duval. Stand up, everybody. We're gonna be 5-3.
Yeah, I'm never gonna pick the Raiders either. I pick the Jacksonville Jaguars as well. And one thing I've always liked to say in these episodes is that when a good team loses, they come back pissed the fuck off.
They do, yeah.
And I feel like they're gonna pummel the Raiders because I'm a Raiders hater.
Yeah.
No, in reality, I do have them beating the Raiders. I don't know if it's gonna be a pummeling. I don't know if it's gonna be a murder that they gotta get arrested for or something like that. But they are gonna end up winning. I got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Next, we got
spicy. Probably America's game of the week, maybe.
Yeah, we got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Kansas City Chiefs.
So, guys, this is the rematch of the AFC Championship this year, or this last year, the fucking AFC Divisional the year previous, the fucking AFC Divisional fucking 2 years before that, the AFC Championship the year before that. I mean, these guys know each other in the back of their hand.
It's like freaking Cena and Rock, bro.
It is, bro. And, you know, the regular season has been fun. Well, I mean, we all do know the story in the playoffs. But in the playoffs here, guys, and the Bills are coming off their ass whipping of the Carolina Panthers. I feel like that helped them regain their confidence, especially after they got their ass whipped by the New England Patriots and the Falcons. And, you know, just now that the Patriots are in first place now. So now they're like, okay, we have a little bit of competition, you know, now from New England. So that definitely, I feel like, helped them regain their confidence. I feel like that's a very good type of win that helps you go into a game like this against the Kansas City Chiefs, who are now 4-3, I believe, 5-3, 5-3 actually. Very impressive, honestly, Sam. After their 0-2 start, right? And I always kind of knew that they were gonna be like that wasn't gonna really phase them, and you know they come back from worse, Sam. You know what I mean? This is the Chiefs, guys. Dude, like, we all know that they got that dog in them, and you know it's gonna be a good game. I'm really excited for this game, honestly, Sam. Like I said, these two teams always give us some popcorn, and Rasheed fucking Rice is back, bro. This guy is fucking balling for my fantasy team. I don't know why the fuck Rich dropped him there. That motherfucker's retarded. But you know, I'm really happy with how the Chiefs were able, you know, have such an impressive bounce back in the past couple weeks. And this is the fucking immovable force meeting the unstoppable object, Sam, or what the fuck it is. Dead ass though, right?
We get your point though.
But I got the Chiefs, Sam. They always win these big games. Not maybe sometimes they do some Bills, but I mean, if I had to put some money on it, I'd put it on the Kansas City Chiefs. So, yeah, another child.
I know. I'm just messing with you. And like I say, I always like to pick against Ethan. You said it. The Bills always beat the Chiefs sometimes, and this time I got them beating the Chiefs.
Oh, fuck.
I pick the Buffalo Bills. Like I said, this year's been weird. Weirdest probably year I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Seems like teams beat a good team one week, teams lose against the shittiest team next week. Not saying the Falcons are the shittiest team, but the Bills did lose against the Falcons somehow.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, these two teams always go to war. They always, like I say, I like that quote. They always give us some good. They help us enjoy the popcorn that we're eating while we're watching it. I got the Bills taking it though. Again, this is a competition between Ethan and I, so I got to do what I got to do. I got the Bills taking it. All right. 2 more games.
Is that Matt Milano?
That is Matt Milano.
I was like, who the fuck you put?
I was trying to put someone different.
Yeah,
and I was
that's
just
pretty
like,
cool. That's
Matt
cool.
Milano, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's very cool.
So next, we got the Washington football team. What the fuck? Washington Commanders going against the Seattle Seahawks.
Guys, Jackson Smith.
Hold on, my bad. I don't mean to interrupt you. But it's a funny story about the whole Matt Milano thing. Before I knew what community creations was on Madden, I was like in middle school. I would at least try to make the first round picks based on the next year's Madden. So that's why I know who Matt Milano is, because I made it around the draft classes.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. But yeah, watch the Commanders taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
So guys, is it the fucking Sunday night game?
because usually you send it like in order, like Thursday night football game is the first game, and then the second to last is Sunday night football game, and Mike.
All right. So
Which is crazy. The Chiefs and Bills are literally playing, and they have
I know
this game as a Sunday night
Yeah,
football.
they should do that. But Jackson Smith and Jigba, guys. I mean, these motherfuckers are balling. And the mic fell. Hold on, sorry. Sorry. Oh, you did?
Yeah, because mine died.
All right. Jackson Smith and Jigba, guys. I mean, this guy's balling. They're coming off a bye week, but unfortunately, I hate to admit it, but the Seahawks look really, really good. They're my rival. And last year they looked pretty good, honestly. Like they were building for something, and now maybe they're fruition. They're coming to fruition with it. But it's like I always like to tell you, Sam. With Sam Darnold and all that. But they're not playing us, so we won't go to that conclusion. So 2 weeks from today, actually, we played them in 2 weeks. But Sam, a lot of people will be surprised. But this is my motherfucking lock of the week, guys. Guys, let's talk about the Commanders. What the fuck are you doing, Commanders? Y'all motherfuckers are like, and I saw this happening too. Like these guys are like going through the biggest sophomore slump I've ever seen. Like, and Jaden it's horrible, Sam. I mean, they got smacked around by Dallas, and they got smacked around by the Chiefs, and now they're gonna get smacked around by the Seahawks. And there we go. I feel like that ties their loss total actually from last year. So they're not making the playoffs, Sam. I'm sorry, Washington. Go get healthy and go get some fucking free agency pickups and draft picks. Maybe next year they'll be able to be, because everybody thought they were gonna be like the fucking. You thought they were gonna win the NFC East, yeah. But nowhere close, I feel. So, but the fucking, maybe I lost my credibility last week, with fucking. Just put the fucking rent, the house payment on the Seahawks, guys. They're looking pretty good, so I honestly have a lot of confidence. I might do that myself, honestly. I really have a lot of confidence on the Seahawks in this game, just because, Washington. I mean, fucking Dan Quinn does know the Seahawks, but that was like 8 years ago.
I was about to say, it was like a long ass time. We're still probably.
I'm just trying to fucking stir up some fun. Alright, I'm trying to have a good fucking. All right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Seahawks.
Commanders? No, hell no. You gotta pick Commanders.
All right, no, I'm not picking the Commanders, dog. Somehow, some way, the reason why we're still in some kind of chase is because the Commanders are asses.
Yeah.
Commanders it was supposed to be Eagles, Commanders, or Commanders, Eagles, doesn't matter. Cowboys are going to be behind it. It's a little brother. Chasing it, but not close. That was my prediction. Well, my prediction was that we're going to be 11-6. That fucking went out the door. We need, 2 more losses to match that already? So that went out the door. But some way, somehow, and I'll get to it later, but somehow, we end up making it to the playoff. It could be because the Commanders suck this year. It could help me out, but with that being said, that's like the third time, bro. I do got the Commanders as well, the Seahawks as well. Jesus, excuse me. I need them to win here. I am kind of like, my morale towards the Cowboys right now is pretty low because of that horrible loss. Yeah. But I'm still hopeful. I'm not a hating ass Cowboys fan or a hating ass fan towards my team. I love my team. I feel like, I'll probably get to it later, but there still could be a chance that I'll get to it later. But for sure this week, I got the Seahawks team.
Yeah. Washington versus Washington. So.
Yep. Up next.
What?
Never mind. Up next, we got the Dallas Cowboys.
Seattle Washington versus.
I know, but I was just like confused. The Dallas Cowboys taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, Monday Night Football. I love that song. But Sam, Kyler Murray is 2-0 against the Dallas Cowboys in his career, and he's coming back to fucking AT&T Stadium yet again, right? So, but the Cardinals are 2-5, Sam, or 2-6. I always forget. I gotta fucking look up the records more, or we gotta have them here. But
That's a good idea.
But it's a rough year, for the Cardinals, right? I honestly thought they were gonna be able to maybe even sneak in the playoffs this year, but I think just like the injuries and just like things with the coaching staff has really depleted what chances they had. So if they lose this game, I think they're done for the year, Sam. You know what I mean? I always like to put some optimism into teams, but I feel like this would be the game that, okay, we're like 2-6 at this point, and our division is literally the hardest division in football. So, maybe we might not, it might not be our year. So, on the Cowboys side of things, Sam, it was a very bad loss against the fucking Denver Broncos, But, like I said, I do feel like Denver is, one of the stronger teams. So, I do think that, Cowboys, they're 3-3-1 now? So,
3-4-1. I think we're 3-4.
Somewhere around there. I do think they still have, some hope and optimism. Because, like you said, the Commanders are, or like we said before, Commanders are like in a slump. So, it's, there's still a chance for them to maybe, be in that second place spot, or if they can beat the Eagles in a few weeks, I don't know, we'll see. But it's I don't know. I don't know how Arizona's going to look in this game, but I just think that the Cowboys are going to play pissed, like you say, I would like to say here. And I just feel like there's no way Cowboys can win this game. Obviously, I don't want to jinx them. Knock on wood. All that fancy knock on wood there. But, I don't know. I just feel very confident in Dallas with their offense and stuff. The defense is very, very porous. But, I mean, the Cardinals actually do have a pretty good defense. So, it will be an interesting chess match. But I got the Dallas Cowboys avenging that loss about a week ago. Well, from depending on when this uploads. But I got Dallas Cowboys advancing to 4-3-1. Something like that. All right.
4-4-1 probably.
4-4-1.
My boys. So I kind of started the conversation earlier. We do have some talent coming back, which is Kalen Carson.
Yeah.
He did have a few sneaky good games. Josh Butler, who played great in that one Commanders game that we beat him last year, when we come out to circuit, fumbled the kickoff, and the spin move took it all the way back.
Yeah.
Josh Butler actually did pretty good that game. At this point, I feel like any of those guys could be better than our corners, except for the Deron Bland.
Yeah.
But you got them coming back, and of course, eventually, not this game, but eventually, we do got my boy, the Marion Overshawn back.
Oh,
when he was playing last year,
Texas Longhorn.
at Texas Longhorn, he switched the game up. He played lights out. He set the tone for the defense, and he was such a joy to watch.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's coming off a pretty torn up knee, but so we have to consider that, put that into factor. If he's going to be 100% on the field, I'm pretty sure he will be at this point. It's already about to be November, but we do have some reinforcements coming back, so that's something to be hopeful for if you're a Cowboys fan. Some optimism. Another optimism here is that yes, Kyler Murray's returning back to AT&T Stadium, but Cowboys offense at least are on fire when they play in AT&T Stadium, especially in prime time, especially under the lights, especially after that horrible fucking loss against the Broncos. If the Cowboys play the cards right, we can make this get up.
Damn, no pun intended.
No pun intended. What did I say? I didn't even
He said if the Cowboys play the cards right, then this would be good. Right, the cards.
Oh,
yeah, guys.
Just dropped the bar and I didn't even realize.
I know, oh shit.
But yeah, if the Cowboys do play the cards right, they can make it get ugly quick.
Yeah.
But that also depends on the defense and what they play. I feel like Trevon Diggs not being there did kind of hurt us a little bit. But again, at this point, who knows what's going on in that situation if you're not in the Cowboy circle. I feel like, if anything at this point, Trevon Diggs has been kind of like a whiny little bitch all year. I feel like the front office just got tired of his shit. They put him on IR, just be like, all right, fuck off. Stay away from the team. Stay away from the team. You're just a cancer at this point. Maybe they're going to give him a chance back once those 4 games are up. This should be 3 now.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're going to, I think by then it'll be 2. This is the trade deadline already,
No, it's we're a week or 2.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
I think it's going to be too late for the trade deadline anyways. I don't know if we can trade someone that's on IR anyways, can you?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that whole situation. It's a bit weird, but at the end of the day, he's an experienced corner. He's not the 2021 Trevon Diggs. Boy, do I wish he was, but he's not. Who knows, but this should be a game we should win. I would be so pissed off if we somehow lose. But yeah, like you said, Kyler Murray is 2-0 against us, and maybe not as much as the Broncos, but kind of the same way as the Broncos, where we do struggle against them. We do kind of struggle against the Cardinals for some reason.
Yeah.
I do remember one year, I think it was 2014. I don't remember. But for sure it was Des Bryant playing, and I think it might have been that. So it was probably 2017. but we beat them on Monday Night Football. And one play I remember distinctly is that I think Dak threw like a little stop route to Dez, and Dez broke some guy's ankles and just took like 3 Cardinals to drive them down to the goal line. So,
I think that was like nice too.
yeah. So I do remember the Cowboys beating them. Hopefully it's not like a case of the Broncos where we struggle against them, but I have the Cowboys winning.
Yeah.
And with that being said, wrong clip.
Damn.
With that being said, we finished yet another episode.
Yeah, we did.
This was a Halloween episode.
We got hot, but
Rust-eze. What other brand can you trust besides Rust-eze?
Yeah.
But yeah, another Halloween episode. No, it's only fitting how scary after it was, against Cowboys, against the Broncos. But it is what it is. Rams got the Saints this week. Cowboys got the Cardinals this week. And yeah. Oh, and Dodgers. I did not stay up that late. I did not. No, I couldn't. I fucking couldn't.
Playing as we speak.
But yeah, they are playing as we
like
speak.
an hour.
Yeah, who knows what the score is right now?
It's like 15-15, guys.
Imagine it's like 21-21. But yeah, so I can't say that because Shohei's fucking pitching, so I hope not.
That's true, yeah.
But yeah, other than that, catch you guys next week. My name's XiX from XiX Sports Network.
I'm Ethan, mistaken for Blake.
We'll catch you guys.